Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we've got something really cool. We have got one here from jcwings in 1/72nd scale diecast. We have ourselves a Tomcat, a F-14B here, and this is from the VF-11, the Red Rippers, in the last cruise paint scheme from 2005, celebrating the unfortunate F-14 retirement. Now, VF-11 has been used by two other naval squadrons prior to the VF-11 we are talking about right here, but the one here was formed in 1950 and still remain active, but now are known as VFA-11 and fly the FA-18F Super Hornets, which replaced these beautiful Tomcats here. It would be in 1980 that VF-11 would transition to these F-14 Tomcats and fly these majestic beasts for the next 25 years until 2005, when they would begin the transition to those evil Super Hornets that they still fly today. Let us open this box. We'll stop talking about it and open it up. And oh, wow. You know, this looks really, really nice. I'm almost scared to open it to avoid disappointment, really, because sometimes jcwings can be a bit hit and miss. They do some really awesome ones, and then they do some ones that are a little bit, half disappointing. The detail it does present to us straight in the box, it looks really tidy. And that ordnance packet looks really detailed as well. All right, what we'll do is we'll shut the bloody hell up, won't we? We will open this box up and get our hands on this awesome-looking Tomcat. I am genuinely excited. I hope you guys are as well. All right, let's get our Tomcat on. All right, with our Red Rippers Tomcat out of the box, we'll get this lid open. It is, as you can plainly see, in one of these little foam boxes, which means it should come out relatively nicely. So you actually do get a collector card that does try and escape. It is that hard plastic, almost like a credit card. They are a limited run too, so there is only 600 of these. So if you do like what you see here and want one, you've only got a chance of 600 worldwide. And you do get some instructions, which is always handy with a die-cast model. Let's see if I can fumble these open. All right, they're not too bad a size, so does have all the information that you're going to need to assemble this the right way. So hopefully we will be able to do this. It is only one-sided, so hopefully we can do that with relative ease. It is a jcwings, so we will not know until we attempt that assembly. Now that landing gear is sitting in there. There is a little baggie that does contain a whole heap of gear bay doors from the looks of it. Oh, gee, that's going to be fun. It does have a couple little pilots in there too, so you do have that, and it looks to be a little pitted tube for the front of the aircraft. But we will get this Tomcat out. Let's grab this awesome-looking aircraft out. Now, to be honest, this does look really nice. Oh yeah, that comes out beautifully. Let's see how awkward I can make it look. We'll move that out of the way. Wow. This does have a nice weight to it as well. Get this garbage out of the way. Oh. Excellent. All right, let us check out this Tomcat straight from the box before we do anything to it. This is brand spanking new. Let us have a look at some of those details. Check out that. Wow, the overall details look really nice. Man, that looks awesome. I am very impressed. The level of detail on this is very, very nice. That looks sweet. Well, that should open, which it does. And it does have a little bit of detail in there, which is really nice. It's hard to sort of see inside there. That does look cool. And it closes nicely, has the pilot's names on the canopy. Check out that tail. There is, there's some rudder movement there. So if you like to move things on your aircraft. And look, we've got to do the all-important thing, the wing movement. It is sort of a little bit clunky, I suppose. But it moves without, too much drama. I mean, you've got your more higher quality, like, Caliber wings and Century wings, and they are really smooth. This is not as smooth as that. But it depends if you're going to be sitting there all day doing this. So it's not going to make too much of a difference, but it does move really nicely and easily, but it does sound a little bit clunky. It's sort of got like a weathered finish on there as well. Oh, the stabilizers move as well, so that is pretty cool. There is some... it's hard to see right in there. There's sort of some minor engine detail inside there. Now that air brake does open, but look at that. How am I going to do that? So if you get something there, you can flip that open. Yeah, this is pretty cool. We will, speaking of flipping, we'll flip it over and have a look underneath. Wow. That looks great. The arrestor hook doesn't seem to move at all. And there's some little brakes down there. They will flip open like so. And if you've got all your points for your armament, because we know how good a Tomcat kit's out. Yep, definitely very nice. All right, what we'll do is we'll set this up. How does that sound for a plan? So we'll kit this out and come back and have a look at a completed aircraft and really go to town on it. All right, we'll be back in a moment. But first up, I'll quickly show you the ordnance in a little bit of detail because it's really well detailed. So that is the tanks you'll be using. Check out that. That is really cool. So you do get a pair of tanks to put underneath the aircraft, of course, and you also get a pair of these pylons that go on either side just near the wing roots. That one does have a sidewinder and a targeting pod, and this one has a sidewinder and the good old Phoenix missile. So this only has one Phoenix missile because, of course, with the demise of the Tomcat, there went the Phoenix missile as well. But those were awesome missiles. So, and of course, you also get to put on these racks, of course, under the belly of the beast, and this is where you'd normally have all your Phoenix missiles attached, but you've got some nice bomb ordnance to put on, which is... These have got some really nice detail as well. Check out that. That has got some really, really good detail. And you've got these as well. They look awesome. So yeah, you just whack those on and you're good to go as well. So we'll do that now. All right, we are back. Now, first thing I want to say is, jcwings, stop teasing me. You have such a great looking model in the box, but there's such issues with it going together, and it really disappoints me, and especially for a Tomcat. I was so excited to get this because it does look fantastic, but it has quite a number of issues. I will begin. Obviously, you've got your in-flight nose wheel cover straight there. The ordnance just didn't want to go in. I actually broke that bomb off the pylon there, and off that rack, trying to get it to slot in. Now, I try to do the reviews straight from the box without, doing any modifications to them, just to see the ease of fitment when you just buy one. But I've ended up having to sort of hole out those holes a little bit so I could actually get the ordnance to go in there. So straight from the box, it doesn't really go together that well. I mean, these pylons here, you can put on. I was actually surprised. They actually went on quite easy. You just, when you're putting them on, you just sort of wiggle them and put a bit of pressure on them, and they will slot in nicely. Now, if you notice the in-flight main gear bay door, which is that one right there, it's just that one piece that you just put in. You can see exposed slots and exposed areas for when you have it gear down. See all those little, the slot there, the hole there, and even that. Why? That's the question I ask, is why is it like that? It shouldn't be. This model had a lot of potential to be something really nice, and especially for an F-14, a lover like myself, and there is a lot of people out there that do love these aircraft. You made it that just looks terrible. It shouldn't be like that. It's not that hard to sort of do a drop-in module. I mean, Caliber wings do it, Hobby Master do it, Century wings do it. Why can't you? It shouldn't be that difficult just to make this quite easy for, yeah, unfortunately, no, it's not. It is a little bit ugly, but this way, it does look nice. It presents well when you don't look underneath the aircraft, but that's not, you want to check out the underneath of the aircraft too, and especially when you've got it in flight on your stand, which you don't get. So you can't even display it like this unless you've purchased that stand separately, of course. But this is how your Tomcat will look in flight, of course, all set up. We'll open those wings up. Hear those clunkers. But yeah, it is a little bit disappointing that it does not go together easily and nicely, but look, that's, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. But what we'll do is we will set this up and gear down, see if we get a little bit of joy with that. Hopefully we will, and we'll come back and do that and check this out gear down. All right, we'll be back in a moment. All right, and here is your jcwings F-14 Tomcat set up gear down. The very first thing you need to do, I think now, when starting to assemble this jcwings F-14 Tomcat, is you get one of those, you get yourself some of that, you pour yourself a decent finger or two, you grab this glass, of course, as long as you're of age of drinking, and then you just drink that, because this thing, oh my God, does not like to go together. So what we'll do is we will jump straight underneath there. We'll start at the nose. Now, that is one piece, of course, that you saw in the packet. You put that straight in. And those gear bay doors don't like to slot in. I've actually given them a bit of a sand, and they don't like to go in at all. And they're at a perfect size too. So you put one side in, and when you go to put the other side in, your finger, if your finger's like mine, will knock that one out. So every time you go to put either side in, you push the other one out of position, because they don't really go into their spots correctly. I've ended up just putting a little bit of blue tack in mine just to hold it in there for the purpose of the video. But my God, this whole build has been another jcwings headache, guaranteed. Unfortunately, it is a real disappointment, because this does look really nice and I really wanted it to be good. But assembly-wise, not so good. So you put your, of course, your gear bay door in there, and then there's another gear bay door right underneath there next to that wheel. And of course you put your wheel in. There's some really nice detail on the wheel. They do roll, very stiff though, and that's all you need to do for your main landing gear, of course. But you do have to take the missiles off and the fuel tank off so you can get your hands into place those pieces. So it is a little bit of a pain in the ass as well to get your fingers in there to put pressure on, especially that door right there, that little slim door right next to that wheel. But it is not finger friendly, I'll tell you that much. Well, not my fingers anyway. Hopefully, if you do own one of these, it's gone together a lot better for you than it did for me. I opened up the little air brakes there so you can sort of see a little bit of detail, which is really cool. As I said, there's so much potential in this, but it drives a man to drink, really. So I will turn this over and have a little look. I've opened that air brake up a little bit, but it keeps closing all the time, so it's really hard to show you what that looks like, because it just goes all droopy, which is a little bit disappointing. But overall, I think it is another heartache from jcwings. I don't know why they do this to me, because they suck me in with such beautiful looking aircraft, and then the assembly is just woeful. I don't know why. There have been some that have been really nice, and then you've got moments like these. I don't know why there's so much inconsistency. We'll put this on the deck and see how she sits. It does sit on the landing gear. This is probably the better way to display it. We'll open that up. No, it definitely sets up a lot better gear down, for sure. But it is really painful for me to say that it can be a little bit complicated, and that is a little bit unfortunate.
Oh, no.
So depending on how easy you can manage to set these up is to whether you'll actually want to get one yourself. Paint-wise, scheme-wise, and everything looks really cool. It's got sort of like a weathered look and everything on it. And the canopy inside the cockpit, it does look really nice as well. That is definitely really well done. But unfortunately, it is not the complete package. If you want a complete package, you will buy a Caliber Wings or Century Wings. Even Caliber Wings has some fitment issues as well. Probably Century Wings would be the best of those. But of course, Hobbymaster, they aren't quite as detailed, but they go together really perfectly and so easy. And I would definitely recommend Hobbymaster any day of the week. They seem to go together really well. They seem to be thought out a lot better in terms of ease of assembly for people like us. Not everyone's an engineer and can put these together with ease. And a lot of us have got hands like this, and these are not delicate fingers, I'll tell you that much. But it is, as I said, very unfortunate that I do have to say it is a little bit difficult to assemble. But I do like it. I do think this looks wonderful. You've just got to make your choice in the end to whether you want to have a complicated assembly and if this is worth your time and effort to have sitting on your shelf. But if you like what you see here, definitely pull the trigger on it, buy it, grab it. But, if Hobbymaster do an equivalent, I haven't checked if they do an exact sort of equivalent, I'd be more likely to buy a Hobbymaster version just for the fact that it goes together a lot easier. But I will stop waffling on. I will wind this video up. I will pour myself another drink and start taking some photos. But of course, I will always leave it up to you, the viewer, to make your own mind up at what you have seen today. And of course, it is an F-14 Tomcat. I love an F-14 Tomcat. They are one of my faves. But unfortunately, today, this build isn't the greatest finish. Anyway, I will wrap it up. As I said, I'll take the photos of this. You can check them at the end of the video. And don't forget to do one of those if you found the video helpful or interesting. And always feel free to drop a comment in below if you've got this yourself and how it went together for you, if you had the same issues I did. And always feel free to subscribe to the channel as well. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Tomcat and enjoyed having a bourbon with me. All right, everyone, you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.